Hey guys, welcome to the channel and another video. Today I'm going to be watching Octopussy by John Glenn starring Sir Roger Moore. As you guys probably have noticed, I haven't been posting for the last 7 to 10 days. So despite being vaccinated, our entire family managed to catch that infamous virus. December is wedding season here in Bangladesh and we did end up going to quite a few of them. Thankfully, our symptoms weren't so severe or anything, just coughing and some joint pain. It's been about 10 days already and most of my symptoms, they're gone. I'll get retested in the next couple of days and I almost feel at 100% now. So I'm back. I want to thank my patrons for waiting, and I do have big plans for 2022 for the channel. The goal for this year is to try to do this full time because I absolutely love reviewing films. Last year I set a goal of reviewing 120 movies and I achieved that goal. I ended up counting, I think I did 125 movies. So yeah, this year the goal is at least 150 movies. That's almost one movie every 2 days for the entire year. And that's not even including any shows I do. So that's a big goal. Thank you so much for your support, guys, and it really means the world to me. Okay, now we're back to the Bond franchise. For the last one, I think the last one we saw was For Your Eyes Only, which was also by John Glenn. What I really loved about that film was its grounded approach to Bond compared to Moonraker, which came before it. I mean, he went to space. I haven't heard too much about Octopussy, but I wonder how well the name of the movie aged. I'm still very excited to see Roger Moore in another Bond film. I don't know what to expect from this movie plot-wise, but I'm cautiously optimistic knowing that Richard Maybaum and John Glenn, they're back for this one. But before we get into it, to help support the channel, I have a page for full-length reviews and reactions to this movie and over 160 movies, TV shows, early access, and weekly polls for what to watch next. You'll need your own copy to watch along. The link's in the description below, by the way. Please consider being a patron. Please subscribe to the channel. Click that bell icon for instant notifications. Do check out my other videos. Like if you like this video, dislike it if you didn't. With all that being said, let's get started. Octopussy, Glenn Moore. Let's go. Man, I'm so excited to be back. I think this is the second last Roger Moore film we have left. Is this another cold open? Okay, he's clearly on a mission of sorts. I know this is the Bond theme, but I really miss John Barry's music and Ken Adams' sets.
Continua. Sí.
Of course he was being watched.
Well, it's a small world. You're a Toro too.
Interrogación. Sí, coronel. Métanlo al camión.
That's probably who Bond was supposed to be impersonating. That's pretty impressive stunt work right there.
I'll see you in Miami.
This is what I was waiting for. Very cool. Oh! Wow! Holy explosion. Incredible stunt work, if that's somewhat real. So dangerous. And casually stopping for fuel.
Fill her up, please.
It was a cold open. Now I'm wondering whether it's related to the plot or not. Maurice Binder, she's back. She did so many of these Bond intros. Dude, John Barry's back! I thought he was done with Bond movies. What a surprise. East Berlin. I wonder where they'll visit in this film. I can hear carnival music in the background, so he's running away from a circus? Holy crap, they're twins! What was the point of that though? Residence of the British ambassador. Dude, that looks like a Fabergé egg.
I must say you become more beautiful every day.
I am over here.
There never will be anybody but you.
So you've told me.
Such a flirt.
Do you know what this is?
Well, it looks like a Fabergé egg, sir.
It is a Fabergé egg.
Except it's a fake. Now there's the real thing.
If it is the Russians, it could be an effort to raise currency. We'd better find out what they're up to.
Yes, Minister.
You'll be replacing 009.
009. I'm a big fan of these elaborate sets.
We have played out a variety of attack strategies on the new Kutsov computer. Lead to total victory in 5 days.
Are they planning an invasion?
This is absolute madness. We know where it will end. We must turn our energies to pressing domestic problems. General Gogo, let me remind you.
Sit down.
General Orlov doesn't seem happy.
I'll tell our people in London we must have the genuine egg back.
How much should it fetch?
250, 300,000 pounds. Anything more, we're crazy.
That's a pretty penny. We all know how Tsar Nicholas died.
Property of a lady.
400,000.
Bond?
425.
Have you gone mad? Let's see how badly he wants it.
450. Against you, sir.
He switched them.
500,000 pounds.
Whoa.
Yours, sir. 500,000.
Yeah, the egg probably has some real significance. What a beautiful limo.
Here's the original. I switched it with the fake during the auction.
He did switch. Dude, we're in India. Okay. I've actually been to India a couple of times. It's the country next to us. I've actually been to the Taj Mahal. It is very beautiful, but the crowds were insane. I like how self-aware this film is.
What can you tell me about Kamal Khan?
Exiled Afghan prince.
Your luggage has been unpacked, sir.
Oh, thank you.
Octopus.
Damn. Always a 666 when you need it.
Always.
How do you do it?
It's all in the wrist.
You have a very good memory for faces.
And figures.
Oh.
666. It was not such a good double to accept after all, was it?
Yeah, I think the game is rigged.
This should be ample security. Don't you?
He's giving himself away. What's the gambit? What's the game here?
Use your lucky dice. It's all in the wrist. 666. Fancy that?
That's one way to get his attention, isn't it?
I prefer cash.
Spend the money quickly, Mr. Bond.
That's a threat. Dude. I wonder what they've been feeding this man. There's so many auto rickshaws. I mean, India has your regular taxis too, but I think the filmmakers wanted to show off the auto rickshaws.
BJ, we have company. No problem. This is a company car.
Oh man. Okay, I finally get why they were showing off these auto rickshaws. I like this. They're actually showing a chase scene through the streets of India. This is the stuff I live for in Bond films. An auto rickshaw jumping over a camel. Where do you come up with this stuff? Excellent distraction.
This way, James.
Hindi and Bengali, they're pretty similar languages. I would say comparable to Spanish and English. So a couple of words in Hindi, they're almost very similar to Bengali. That's the language I speak. So he just said cholo, which is similar to a Bengali word cholo, which means let's go.
The homing device is compatible with the standard issue radio directional finder in your watch. If you haven't lost it.
A Seiko. Seikos are excellent.
Perfect image, Q.
Really, 007. Look, I haven't time for these adolescent antics.
Adolescent antics, indeed. Man, John Barry's music is unrivaled. He's just so great.
He suggests the trade. The egg for your life.
Well, I'd heard the price of eggs was going up, but isn't that a little high? Get my curiosity, but what is that?
That's my little Octopussy.
She finally says it, but I wonder what the significance of that is.
Good morning.
Whoa, that was fast.
Who is he?
Englishman. Likes eggs. His name is James Bond.
She recognizes him?
Bring him here.
Is it me, or does Sir Roger Moore look visibly older in this film compared to the other ones?
May I ask exactly why I'm here?
We don't have all the answers.
Good point, Khan, because I don't have all the answers as well.
Stuffed sheep's head.
Okay, this doesn't scare me or anything. In this side of the world, that's pretty normal. But I love Bond's reaction. He's finally using some gadgets to make his escape, but again, I don't know what's the overarching plot here. It's General Orlov, the extremist Soviet general. She knows.
Karl Marx.
Karl Marx Dark? Probably a place.
He must be eliminated at once.
That was a good jump scare. A Royal Bengal tiger. The Royal Bengal tiger is Bangladesh's national animal. It's nice to actually see one in a Bond film. Dude is like Tarzan. That's quite a bit of wildlife they're showing in this film. Like, we got to see crocodiles, Bengal tigers, camels, snakes.
No one knows her real name, but she's known as Octopussy.
Right.
I hear that island's full of beautiful women. No men allowed.
Sexual discrimination.
That's hilarious. You have to admit that's hilarious, right? They've got their eyes on him already.
I wondered when you might arrive.
So you are the mysterious octopus.
Dude, she looks familiar.
You remember Major Dexter Smythe? You were sent out to arrest him, weren't you? He was my father. I'd hoped fate would bring us together one day.
To avenge him?
No, to thank you for giving him an honorable alternative. I've violated no British law. You're free to leave, but I would much prefer if you stayed as my guest for a few days.
इसे भी खत्म करना है.
So far, this has been the most confusing Bond movie, at least plot-wise.
007 on an island populated exclusively by women. We won't see him till dawn.
He knows Bond so well. Octopussy Circus.
We're two of a kind. There are vast rewards for a man of your talents willing to take risks.
She's trying to recruit him.
I'm not for hire.
Naturally, you do it for Queen and country.
One more thing I guess I appreciate is the fact that Bond's love interest is age appropriate compared to, I think, Moonraker. Oh no. Oh man, he's dead. Yeah, the set designs of this film, they're spectacular. He's fine.
Did he say anything?
All he said was it was Kamal's men.
Well, I have to go to a circus in Karl-Marx-Stadt.
Mishka und Grishka. Wie die Messernummer war sensationell.
Mishka and Grishka. I think those were the twin assassins. But no henchman will ever replace Jaws. And I'm so glad that he got a happy ending. Ooh, impressive, impressive, impressive stunt work.
The Romanov star.
Oh, it's not a missile or a weapon. It's just the real jewels.
100 kiloton yield. The effects are indistinguishable from the American medium-yield bomb.
I think Octopussy is being double-crossed by the Soviet general who switched the jewels with the explosive. Where's the other one? That should knock him out.
Put it in the car.
Sit on that box, hands on your knees. Come on, move! Why is that bomb on the train? You surely can't be inviting a full-scale nuclear war. What happens when the U.S. retaliates?
Against whom?
Oh, that's the story.
On your feet, General. You're going to stop that train.
Okay, the story finally makes some sense. He wants to anonymously blow up a US Air Force base. No way. They did that practically. I know that we know that it's not Roger Moore doing these stunts, but that doesn't make them less impressive.
The license plate is General Orlov's.
The jewels.
Where is General Orlov now?
Oh!
Tomorrow, I shall be a hero of the Soviet Union.
Okay, he's dead. I am having a little hard time following exactly what's happening.
And this
is for my brother.
For my brother.
That's for 009.
Oh. Kids.
Govinda will stay with the jewelry. Enjoy the show.
Thank you.
I'm sure the general will get a big blast out of this.
I know he won't be disappointed.
I'm sure the general will get a big blast out of it.
That was Bond. Good. Let him keep going. He'll be late and we'll be rid of him, too.
Less than 5 minutes to the explosion now.
Hey, is anyone else in there?
What a callback to the first scene in the film.
General, there's a bomb in that cannon.
Sure, where else would a bomb be?
Kamal and Orlov double-crossed you. I saw them take the jewelry off the train.
Oh man, everything's coming together.
Oh, damn it, there's a bomb in there!
10 seconds? Is there a disarm button? That was close, but way too easy. And she realizes that she's been double-crossed.
Now?
So I assume this is the final set piece action sequence because we saw Orlov die already. The bomb's been disarmed. But where's Bomb though?
Make sure the horses are saddled.
Do you really think you can escape me?
I would never do anything to hurt
Oh, cut it out! We haven't time for that. Later, perhaps.
Wow. The fact that I can't tell whether it's real or not, that goes to show the level of stunt work.
He'll kill us all. Go out and get him.
So impressive, so very impressive. Oh man.
What's that jump?
Ooh, that's rough. Another satisfying explosion.
My government categorically denies the incident ever occurred.
Of course it does. At least they're showing Bond injured for once. I don't think we've seen that before.
I wish.
What?
You're sure in such a weakened condition?
He's fine. What's the next film? A View to a Kill or License to Kill? Okay, I took some time to collect my thoughts. First off, that was a lot of fun. There's no denying that. Sir Roger Moore has really grown into this role of 007. I don't think there's too many doubts over there. I also generally enjoyed the direction here by John Glenn, but I have to admit that although I love the stunt work, locations, the action set pieces, and the music, the script and storytelling made this entry into the franchise a weak one, especially compared to some of its predecessors. Let's start with the directing by John Glenn and the writing by Richard Maybaum, George MacDonald Fraser, and Michael G. Wilson. Let's get the bad out of the way first. The story was confusing at best and very, very difficult to follow. If I had to sum up the plot in a couple of sentences, I'd say that this film was about an extremist Soviet general, Orlov, who was selling Soviet jewelry to an exiled prince, Kamal Khan, who's in India, to fund his crazy plan to blow up an American base in Germany anonymously to disarm the rest of the world of nuclear weapons so the Soviets can invade Western Europe. Confused yet? I certainly was. Octopussy was paced horribly, to say the least, and we don't even get the point of the story till the third act, when it had to be exposed through dialogue, pretty much spoon-fed to the audience by Kamal Khan, one of the villains. The two main antagonists, Khan and Orlov, were not only pretty poorly written, but their performances were mediocre at best. The henchmen in this film were not formidable compared to Jaws, for example. The twins were fun to watch as a novelty or a spectacle, but they weren't a real threat to Bond. The ending of the film was a little more satisfactory. It ended in a very traditional fashion, with Bond disarming the bomb and getting the girl. Now on to what I actually enjoyed from the film. The action set pieces were fantastic. Seriously. The stunt work, the stunt choreography, in both the train sequence and the aerial stunt work in the final act, they were spectacular. Even though I was having a difficult time in understanding the plot, my eyes were not bored for a second. I wanted to talk a little about the Octopussy circus for a second. I wonder if they were inspired by Spectre, the organization. They also use the octopus as its logo. I know that there was a dispute with the filmmakers and they weren't allowed to use Blofeld or Spectre around that time. So do let me know about that whole story in the comments. And we are also got to see another circus in a previous film, Miss Galore's Flying Circus. So I wonder if there's a connection there too. Anyways, let's talk about Sir Roger Moore's performance as Bond in his 6th appearance. I really liked him as Bond. He grew on me finally. I wouldn't say that he's my favorite Bond so far. It's still Connery, but he's a solid contender. I still haven't seen Tim Dalton or most of Brosnan's performances, but I'm looking forward to them before I deliver my final verdict of who's my favorite Bond. One thing about Moore's performance here, he did look his age, and it's really starting to show that he's probably in his late 50s by now. He didn't do most of his stunts, and I could tell that there were stuntmen doing it, but those stunts were so impressive that the film gets a pass here. One more thing I did like was the fact that his love interest, like Octopussy and that other woman, I forget her name, They were more age appropriate compared to the previous films. They didn't look out of place or anything. Moving on to the cinematography and editing, which were serviceable. I have to admit the cinematography was much better than the editing here, as the editing felt very confusing in the first 2 acts before it picks up considerably by the third. I'm talking about the storytelling here more than the action, in the sense that because the action sequences were pretty well done, easy to follow compared to the storytelling aspects of the movie. The location scouting was something else. It was among the best I've seen for any Bond film though. I didn't expect them to visit India out of all places. It's one of my neighboring countries, and even though they did lean towards the stereotypes a lot, I think it was done fairly tastefully. The palaces, to the streets of India, to Rio and Germany, it was all gorgeous. We even got to see a lot of exotic animals, which was great, and I can imagine that being a production nightmare. Bond films never disappoint in this aspect, the production side. Although I did miss Ken Adam and his sets, the set designer here really outdid themselves, as the sets were meticulously detailed and they looked beautiful, especially the interior of the palaces and the headquarters of the KGB in the beginning of the movie. Finally, the music by John Barry was really good too. This clearly wasn't his best work for a Bond film, but no complaints in his department. He really does know how to set the mood in almost any situation. As I've mentioned, or at least I've talked about the criticisms I had of this film, overall, Octopussy was a poorly written but incredibly entertaining entry into the Bond franchise. The story was confusing and very difficult to follow, but the locations, stunts, and action sequences were some of the best in the entire franchise. Sir Roger Moore returns as 007 and cements himself in this iconic role. The next film, A View to a Kill, wait, I'm not sure. Anyway, that's his last performance. I've heard really good things about that movie, so I'm pretty excited to watch it soon. I'm just glad to be back, guys. Thank you for watching. I have a Patreon page. Consider being a patron. Subscribe to the channel. Click that bell icon for instant notifications. Do check out my other videos. Like if you liked this video, dislike it if you didn't. I will see you in the next one. Happy 2022. Bye.